Blink if you think the US men's basketball team with these superstars is not going to take home the gold medal. You will not see me blinking. And this man is capping. This man is 15 seconds into the video capping because, yes, there are some little flaws about this USA team, but there is a 99% chance they are taking home gold. But nevertheless, I have seen some things. They are a bit slow. They're starting a guy at center that isn't really the first choice center on this team. I'll leave it there. And that gets me thinking there are 3 teams, guys, that can take away that gold medal from the US in a knockout tournament. Quarterfinals through to the gold medal match. We've got 3 opportunities, 3 teams. We've got to start it off with Canada.
Yeah.
The most assembled NBA team.
Exactly.
Apart from the USA. Jono, I'm worried about these guys, but they do have SGA. And we saw him play this week.
Exactly.
I'll let you get started on him because I'm sure he's part of your plan to get through US.
As you said, on paper, this Canadian team is the most suited to challenge the US in terms of talent. Starting with SGA, no one seems to be able to guard him. Whether it's in FIBA, whether it's in the NBA, no one can stop this guy.
He's a real hooper.
He's on a tear over the last year and a bit, the last 2 years. And in that match, we know he rises up to the occasion. If they do meet in the gold medal match, we know that he'll rise up.
I hope so.
And then we have Jamal Murray, who's a champion. Jokic's second man. This guy's coming off the bench. If he's coming off the bench in this team, that tells you that they've got a good roster. In the starting lineup, they've got Lou Dort as well. He's going to absolutely hound every single person on that US team when he's on that floor guarding. Dylan Brooks, we like to clown him. But he's going to get on the nerve of those US players. We saw him walking across the camera on those interviews after the exhibitions. It was hilarious. And we know that he's going to get on their nerves. And we also got RJ Barrett, he's a dog. He's a dog. He plays.
I'm not co-signing that.
You're not co-signing that.
I'm not profiling my players.
The brother from New York, now in Toronto.
Okay.
He's built different. And look, they've got the NBA talent. They have the three-point shooting. Yes, they are small up top, but as you said, the US bigs haven't been playing as well so far. They haven't
not
been
naming names.
Well.
Not naming names.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jono, I liked what you said, but my one fear with this Canada team now, the way you've painted it out to me, it's an ensemble of NBA talent.
Yes.
And that brings me to thinking they have the same weakness as the US team, and they're a little bit worse, which is the chemistry. These guys have not been part of the setup. When they go to FIBA last year, some of these guys weren't there, John.
Yeah.
The best parts...
A lot of them were there, to be fair.
The best parts about Serbia's game, I'll get back to that.
Okay.
Against the US, was the chemistry, was the off-ball movement. Do you feel like that sort of engagement from the role players, from the guys off the ball, will be there with Canada? Because we know one thing you got to do, you got to run some crazy plays that gets Devin Booker, gets Steph Curry, gets whoever, not Jason Tatum, he can sit there.
Are you talking defensively here?
Defensively.
Okay.
Defensively, moving their feet, getting involved, and actually engaging in that side of the game. Can they do that?
I believe they can. In terms of perimeter defense, the front four that started that game, Shea, Dylan Brooks, Lou Dort, RJ Barrett, all high energy and all great defenders. So I think, and they're all switchable, all 4 of those guys. So they shouldn't have too much difficulty.
And what about offense though? Do you think they will not get into the habit of getting stuck and taking bad shots?
It's all about hitting open threes, because we saw against Serbia with the US, Jokic was the hub and they played off him and they got open looks off that. Here it's a bit different where Shea is going to be the main guy. He's not as much of a hub because he's a guard. But he's going to get open. He's going to get into the lane and he's going to create people coming over and help, and there's going to be people open. This Canadian team, they're talented across the board. They can shoot the three. If they're hitting the threes, they can certainly challenge this US team.
A lot's being made about these new FIBA rules. And when you say open threes, my mind is starting to think they're open 2.8s or 2.7s. Because,
true.
you know, that line is a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And I saw some tweets through the week. Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
The kings of the 2.8.
The long
the
two.
2.9. The DeMar DeRozans of the world.
Yeah.
They are finding it so much easier to shoot that 3-ball. And you see Kevin Durant go berserk.
Yeah.
And as you saw with Serbia, not having a good shooting night, losing the Jokic, non-Jokic minutes massively.
If they had a good shooting night, that game would have been real tight.
Very tight.
Real tight.
So that brings me to thinking another team, John. France.
Yeah.
The Twin Towers
Twin Towers.
that are indestructible. Rudy Gobert.
Not for the US.
Hey,
Not for the US,
We're not getting
unfortunately.
political. We're not getting conspiracy. We're talking about Victor Wembanyama,
Yeah.
who absolutely killed Brazil,
Yeah.
and Rudy Gobert, who is somehow the older, more mature brother out of the two. But what you have there is an ensemble in the paint
Yeah.
that if the role players are hitting their shots, I believe in them maybe even more than Canada. Maybe even more than Canada, because you swallow up the paint. One bad shooting night is all it takes for the US, and it's wraps. It's
Yeah.
wraps, bro.
That's what, especially with this French team as well. It's all in the perimeter defenders. Just force everything inside. Chase over the top of screens. Don't go under, because you got the twin towers in there. And with FIBA rules, there's no 3 second.
Exactly.
You got those two guys sitting in the paint. What 7-2 and 7-4, 7-5. It's going to be so hard to score, especially with the way the US play, and especially how LeBron likes to play. He likes to get inside, and the US likes to get inside typically, especially in the exhibition games. They actually didn't shoot a lot of threes. So if that's the way they're going to play, running into those two twin towers in there could provide a real big challenge for the US.
And it's going to shake up how we're seeing this lineup. Right now with the US, we've got a 3-guard lineup. You've got
Yeah.
Book, you've got Steph, and Drew all starting.
Yep.
And obviously Tatum's going to come in maybe at some point.
Yeah.
We're not going to speculate too
Steve
much
Kerr
on that.
promised it, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's see. And I'm just worried the lineup that's actually had a bit of success has been that Bam and AD lineup with the two bench centers, if you will. And they've
fair.
actually had some good cohesion.
Yeah.
But against France, I think that could go
Real bad.
up shit's creek.
Real bad.
Because
Yep.
AD's not a threat from the outside.
Yep.
Bam
No,
is
he's
going to
not.
shoot it, but he isn't proven. He is not
Not at
proven
all.
one bit. If these two guys play and you see Bam fall into the habit of taking those middies, if you see AD fall into the habit of taking those middies against these two guys, bro,
Yeah.
it's over. It's over. And all you can do against this USA team is hope the worst players take bad shots. Okay? If you do that for big portions of the game, you have maybe a sniff. Maybe a sniff. And if the big players, the best players on the court don't play, we'll get into it right now. Team number 3, Australia.
Our golden boys.
Our boys, our boomers, if you will.
Yeah.
Patty Mills can have a night. Can he have a night? Does he have one more night in him?
1,000%. Patty Mills, he is our Stephen Curry.
I don't know,
He
man.
is our Steph Curry.
I can't. And
When it comes to FIBA, when he puts that green and gold jersey on, he turns into prime Steph Curry. I don't know what it is, but it just happens. We saw in the Tokyo Olympics, he dropped a 42 bomb.
again, 3 years ago. 3 years ago this happened.
Patty Mills was old back then. He's old now.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the same age in my mind.
No,
He's
no,
the same
no.
age in my mind.
Get that mindset out of here because we're about to talk about some other players.
Talking about
hey.
Look, I was about to say he's our LeBron
Absolute
James,
chaos.
but now that you said that, I don't want to say
Absolute
it.
chaos.
But he is our LeBron James, and we're talking about Josh
Strictly-
Giddey, not of the Thunder, of Chicago Bulls.
Strictly basketball.
Strictly
here.
basketball.
Strictly basketball.
Yeah.
There's enough time for politics. There's enough time for real issues. This is not the place.
Yeah.
This is not the place, John. What do we need to do? I know we need to shoot well from the outside. We didn't
Yeah.
take Matisse Thybulle, which I was okay with.
I thought that was absolutely insane.
I was okay with it. But you
thought that
guys
was
support
insane.
Philly and have...
He doesn't even play for us now.
Yeah, but...
Who's you guys?
Huh? Sorry wanted Thibault as well. So I'm just saying, there is enough defense with the new guys in this team. Dyson Daniels, Josh Green. These guys can do it. And honestly, I feel like the solution to this team is a good shooting night from Josh Giddey and
Yeah.
Patty Mills maybe getting a few less minutes. Because against
No.
the US,
No.
every one of their players is going to exploit Patty Mills in a pick and roll, double pick and roll, stagger screen, whatever it
Our
is.
boy Paddy Curry, he's going to be doing the same back to them.
I hope
I'm telling
so.
you, when he puts on that jersey,
I got nothing else to say. I just
he
hope
just
so.
finds a way to go crazy.
Look, if
finds
you're
a way.
saying the offense is going to outweigh the defense,
Yeah, it has
I
to.
hope I am with you. My heart
has
is
to.
with you. But honestly, John, I'm looking at that game. It has to be a grind out.
Oh, yeah.
Any
It
team,
has to be grit and grind if Australia's going to beat the
any
US.
team that beats the US is going to have to put in a defensive shift
Yeah.
and get lucky
Get physical,
with the three
mess
ball
the
not
rhythm up.
falling.
Yeah.
That is the formula. The parts about the Serbia game, and I keep going back to that because that is the only one competitive game we've seen from this unit.
Yep.
that I was interested in. Yes, Serbia was running nice sets, but the moment you saw a turnover, the US are the most athletic team.
It's not even the US. It's just LeBron,
Hey,
Ramon, James.
Anthony Edwards, athletic.
Yeah.
Okay. Drew Holiday, athletic. All these guys, you might not want to say that, athletic in his own way. In his own way.
We're talking different kind of athletic.
I'm not talking 3D. I'm talking 2D. Okay. Okay. And that lateral defense, buddy, that lateral defense is the best thing I've seen in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. From him, from Bam, from AD. This is an ensemble of athletes. And that's what the Olympics is really about.
Yeah.
So if you're going to beat this team, you can't turn over the ball. And I'm worried about guys that maybe are going to turn inefficient. So let's see how it goes, brother. I'm praying we make it through to the quarters. I'm praying we beat Canada tonight.
At least a medal match, yeah.
Bring me bronze. Bring me silver.
Yeah.
Maybe even bring me gold. I've got zero expectations on this team. Like I've said, the US has ensembled one of the greatest teams that we'll remember for a long time. And my boy Kevin Durant is hooping the way Kevin Durant loves to hoop.
He is, yeah.
Being the fourth option on the best team.
And just
being
shooting.
wide open.
Exactly.
It is what it is, my friends. No hate, no judgment. Kevin Durant playing the basketball the way he's drawn up in his mind. I love to see it. Stay tuned. We'll have another episode for you next week. This is NBA Casuals. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button. It's free.
It is, yeah.